Hey, good Monday morning, everyone. This is Joe. Welcome to my scripture reflection for Monday, April the 10th, this day known as Easter Monday. Just a way of really continuing on the holiday weekend. The significance in it, as far as scriptural, nothing really, except that it's the day after Jesus rose from the dead. But, this is the way society works, and we, look at the good that comes from it, and then we look at what benefits us the most. We have to be always objective when we look at anything that's going on and not just take it for granted. And that is a really good lead in as we prepare to hear today's gospel, which I will prepare now, and I will ask you to prepare your minds and hearts to listen in. It's from St. Matthew, chapter 28, verses 8 through 15. Mary Magdalene and the other Mary went away quickly from the tomb, fearful yet overjoyed, and ran to announce the news to his disciples. And behold, Jesus met them on the way and greeted them. They approached, embraced his feet, and did him homage. Then Jesus said to them, "Do not be afraid. Go tell my brothers to go to Galilee, and there they will see me." While they were going, some of the guard went into the city and told the chief priests all that had happened. The chief priests assembled with the elders and took counsel. Then they gave a large sum of money to the soldiers, telling them, "You are to say, his disciples came by night and stole him while we were asleep. And if this gets into the ears of the governor, we will satisfy him and keep you out of trouble." The soldiers took the money and did as they were instructed, and this story has circulated among the Jews to the present day. So what we have here is an interesting scenario where the words that are chosen by the gospel evangelist Matthew are that his disciples, especially the two Marys as they're known, are fearful and overjoyed. What a mix of emotions. What a fine line it is between being fearful and overjoyed. And then the question comes into, why does this happen? Because like many things in the gospel, it translates right to present day. There are many things that we are fearful about and overjoyed almost at the same time. Well, the reason is embedded into the gospel when the chief priests decide to make up a story about how Jesus was removed from the tomb. He was stolen, they said. He didn't rise from the dead. They got a story out there that wasn't true. A different story, a story that some listened to, a story that absolutely probably got back to the disciples and Mary Magdalene. And then what happens? Joy turns to fear. When we listen to something that isn't true, when we take something just at word value that somebody says and accept it as truth, and we rob ourselves of joy. And almost the disciples were robbing themselves of the joy of the resurrected Christ, and we rob ourselves of joy in the present day, whether it's Jesus in our hearts, whether it's a relationship, whether it's something that we are sought out to do, a passion, because we listen too much to all that goes on that really doesn't affect us, and a lot of it isn't true. And then fear can come into our lives. How do we handle this? We listen to less. That's what we do. We listen to less. We listen to only what we know is truth. We listen to only to what we know is in our hearts that can carry us further into passion and purpose in our world and in our lifetime. Can it be done? Of course it can be done. Today it's a little bit more difficult than it was back there 2,000 years ago because we have so many ways of being inundated with different kinds of stories. But we have to be up to the challenge. And when we are up to this challenge, joy can come into our life. For after all, this is why I put these reflections out there. I believe that when we look deep into them, we find ourselves in a place where we can redefine happiness. We can redefine compassion. We could live a life that's filled with both, and all will benefit all creation. My friends, that's my message for you on this Monday morning. I'd like you to take it into your day and into your week. I welcome always your comments and your thoughts. I thank you so much for participating. And I will announce now that my new website, joedwyerjr.com, will be up and running in about a week to a week and a half from now. And I look forward to sharing with you. And I welcome you to engage in it and find even more ways to find more happiness and compassion. Have a great Monday, everyone, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Take care.